Hey, what's up guys? This is Gus, back with another gameplay commentary. You're watching another Halo 4 gameplay, and just me doing what I do. Nothing really special to report, no fucking trick shots or any of that bullshit, just kick-ass gameplay, like you're used to seeing here. But another note on, talking about Halo is that I was playing earlier this week, and I actually decided to play the action SAT game mode, game type, whatever you want to call it. And it was actually pretty fun. I know that there's a lot of people that just play Big Team, Slayer, Infinity Slayer like I do. I don't usually give the other game modes a chance, but this time I was like, screw it. I want to try something else. I was kind of bored with the playing Slayer and shit, and it was actually pretty fun. One of the game modes I was playing is like a fucking midget Master Chief and stuff, and it was just regular Slayer, but you're playing with little guys on a new map or two, whatever. It was actually pretty cool. So I had a good time with that. Thing that sucks is that I haven't been recording my gameplays for a couple of weeks now, so I don't have anything to show you. Maybe later today or tomorrow I'll see if that game mode's back on there and try to get some gameplays. But yeah, if you haven't played Action SAT, give it a shot. It's actually pretty fun. But anyway, moving on. Big news this week. I believe it was actually released early yesterday about Microsoft finally getting rid of that whole DRM bullshit. And that's big news. At least for me it is. As a Halo fan, I made a previous video. I think it was titled Halo Fans We Are Fucked. And it was the truth. Because as a Halo fan, if you really wanted to continue to play Halo, you were going to have to buy this new system. You're going to have to buy the new system. And even with that, I was kind of leaning toward the PS4 because of this new DRM. Because the DRM was nothing but a bunch of bullshit. And that's the thing that people need to understand. There's a lot of people out there, like, I'm not going to mention the dude's name specifically, you could do the research, whatever, but one of the big guys over at Yao, she was fucking praising the new DRM system, this and that, saying that it was actually a good thing. It was bullshit. It had nothing to do with anything but Microsoft trying to prevent the piracy of video game discs. Period. That's it. Don't buy into all this shit about convenience and, oh, your games are going to be in the cloud and you'll have access to all your games. It was bullshit. That's all it was. Please do not fall for that shit. I know that there's a lot of people, young kids that will come to this channel. Do not buy into the shit that it was there to benefit the consumer, because it wasn't. It was there to benefit Microsoft only, and I don't have a problem with them trying to protect their property. I don't. I'm definitely not for piracy. I don't own any pirated games. My Xbox that I currently have right now isn't a hacked one, so I can't play hacked or stolen video games. Same thing with my previous Xbox, which I find it funny. Instead of Microsoft trying to make amends for that whole debacle with the Red Ring of Death bullshit, they come and not only charge us more for this system, but try to add this DRM bullshit, and then try to pass it off as if it's like some advantage or gift to us. It was just total bullshit. And I'm glad that a lot of people didn't buy into this crap and actually spoke, their true feelings about their crap and made Microsoft change. Because believe me, they're only changing and scrapping the whole DRM crap because they knew that people weren't going to put up with their shit. It's all over YouTube, and that was great that the consumer's voice was heard and they forced Microsoft to change their whole fucking plan. Because that's the thing, they were going to move forward with this shit. If we would have just blindly said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and buy your system, believe me, they would have fucking went straight ahead with it, fucked us. And that's the thing, it was going to totally fuck the consumer. Because think about it. I've pretty much been playing video games since fucking Atari. I've had Atari, I've had Nintendo, the original one. I've had fucking Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and now the 360. And that's the thing, I don't have any more of my video games from Atari or Nintendo, but I still own my Genesis, I still own games for that system. PlayStation, same thing. PlayStation 2, the same thing, so on and so forth. And the thing is, I can pop any of these in, hook them up to my TV, and actually still play these. I can still play these games, but that's the thing with this new fucking DRM bullshit. You would have to sign on. So what would fucking happen if Microsoft ever decided to stop supporting the Xbox One? What would happen to all the games that you purchased for that system? Since you can no longer log in and do the whole fucking checking in every fucking 24 hours, would that render your game useless? I don't know. But there was just a lot of concerns over that thing, and there's a lot of videos online, so I'm not going to go over the whole disadvantage and bullshit behind DRM. If you guys are interested, look into some of those videos. There's tons of them out there that would explain to you why it was a fucked up system, and it totally was. Microsoft was trying to pull a fast one on the honest paying customers, because we are the only ones that would have been hurt out of all this shit. The only ones, because that's the thing. One thing that I can guarantee you about hackers is that whenever Microsoft tries to put something in place, whenever they try to implement something, the hackers always find a way around it. They always do, and they would in this case too. They wouldn't change anything. Microsoft has some smart motherfuckers working for them. Yes, they do, but there's hackers out there that fucking, they do this shit for fun. They fucking find holes in Microsoft software just for the fuck of it. And they would have done it in this case too. So I'm glad that Microsoft changed their tune, and it just showed one thing, that the power of the consumer, the power of fucking the internet, because they got a lot of flack here on YouTube. Like I said, there's a ton of videos with millions of views. That's the thing, it's not just a handful of people watching this shit. It's not just 10,000, 20,000. I've seen videos with over 1 million views talking about this shit. So that's one thing to realize, is that as a consumer, we do have power to change shit. If we make it known that we're unsatisfied, and money talks. And from what I'm hearing, the pre-orders for the Xbox were way lower than the PS4. So Microsoft did what they had to do. They were like, oh shit, you know, we're actually gonna fucking be hurting in the pocketbook if we move forward with this, and they were forced to change. So that's the thing, we don't have to put up with this kind of shit, you know, and that's the thing, is that we need to understand that we do have a voice in this kind of stuff. That if we actually say, you know what, fuck you, I don't need to play Halo, I don't need to do this, there's other systems out there with good games, then we'll actually get what we want, what we deserve. And that's a reliable system. And that's the thing that also scares me, is that they're scrapping this whole DRM system. So they're going to have to change fucking the software, I guess. Or I don't know how the fuck they're going to have to change it. But I'm not sure about these last minute changes, if I'm comfortable with Microsoft doing it and being able to produce a stable product that's not going to fuck up on us. But we'll see. That's a topic for another time. But that's kind of the only thing that worries me, is that so close to fucking releasing the new system, they're making a change like this. Hopefully it's just something real quick. They can rewrite some code, whatever, but we'll see. We'll see what the hell's going to go on with that. But yeah, we do have the power to change shit. It was, in this case, it was changed, and that's a very good thing for us, because believe me, it wouldn't have helped out anything. It would have added a huge bit of inconvenience. No longer could you take your Xbox on the road unless you had an internet connection, which I have done. I do travel, you know, every now and then, and I used to take my Xbox and play in the car. You know, while I was on the road, you know, 6 hours, whatever, I could pop it in and play. Now I wouldn't be able to do that shit. But they changed everything, so now I'm good. So anyway, just keep that in mind. You know, that we do have the power to change shit that we don't agree with. And in this case, it just worked out perfectly. So I'm back in the game as far as the Xbox One. You know, still haven't made a final decision, but this helps. You know, this puts the Xbox One back into the conversation. So that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for listening. This is GusCunnilin, and I'm out.